You know what? Silent Hill is a good movie, and I'm sick of pretending it's not. So let's talk about it. So, Silent Hill is a 2006 film based off the video game franchise, and to me, it kind of like combines the stories of 1 and 2 into one a little bit almost. Well, it actually takes plot points from almost all three games, since, after 3 they kind of don't exist because they're all bad. But yeah, I think this is a great movie. It's better than good. I think it's great. Preface: I've never played any of the Silent Hill games. I know the first three front and back because I've seen a ton of videos on them from like Ragnarok's Gaming and friggin' Avalanche reviews. They both do fantastic videos on like horror video games, all type of games. They're both really great content creators. Check them out. They're wonderful people. And I watched this when it like first came out, and I'm like, and I was like super young, and I'm like, this is a good movie. Why are people upset? And I, got the Shout Factory Blu-ray, and I'm like, yeah, this movie's still really good, man. But if you don't know, what is Silent Hill? Silent Hill is about a mother and her daughter. Her daughter keeps sleepwalking and mentioning in her sleep and dreams a place called Silent Hill. So the mother's like, maybe she's a little bit, or the father's more like, maybe she's a little bit nutty, so maybe we should get her help. And the mom's like, maybe we should just take her to Silent Hill and maybe that'll help her. Hmm, shit goes sideways and it doesn't help her. Oh, yeah. So the mother takes her there, and it's an abandoned town because of a fire many years ago. It's based off Centralia, Pennsylvania, which I'm very fond of. I live like 3 hours from it. It's a super cool place. I want to visit it really bad, but it's 3 hours. That's a haul by car. Kind of not worth it, but it will be when I go there. Well, yeah, and they visit this town, and they get into a car crash, and her daughter's missing. So Rose, the mother, has to investigate this town, try to find out what's happening. Where's Sharon, the daughter, and along the way, she meets really creepy people and really spooky monsters, like the famous Pyramid Head. And it goes from there. I really, really enjoy this movie. I only have one complaint, which I'll get to, but the visuals. This is a absolutely gorgeous looking film. The cinematography is top notch. The set design is top notch. The costuming is top notch. It even uses some of the same camera angles from the games, which I'm like, yo, that's dope. And the soundtrack is impeccable because I know it does use songs from the games because I love the Silent Hill theme. It's creepy as all hell. It's phenomenal. But yeah, I know that they use specific songs from the games, and I believe they remix some for this, but I'm not exactly sure. I could be wrong. The practical effects with like Pyramid Head and the monsters are insane. The nurses look especially good because I believe they hired actual like dancers, so they can actually like do like the weird, creepy movements, which is awesome. And if you know Silent Hill, like all the monsters have symbolism and meaning behind them. And in this, since the symbolism isn't related to the mother, at first you're like, this symbolism don't make sense for her, but then later on it's revealed who this symbolism is connected to, and it all makes sense. It's super cool. I dug it a lot, and this pays a lot of respect to the game. Like, of course, Silent Hill is puzzle based, or not puzzle based, but there's a shit ton of puzzles, and in this, like the Rose finds like little pieces that goes into the bigger picture, and it's like, oh, it's just like the game. And of course, like she drops items, she picks up fucking items. It's really cool. It's like the director of this actually cared for the game and to make a good movie. I wish the sequel director cared. Don't watch the sequel. It is complete trash. Outside of seeing Jon Snow. Now, I earlier said I have one big gripe with the movie, and that is the husband has his own subplot, and it just destroys pacing. It adds probably like 15 minutes that don't need to be there because this is a 2 hour long movie. It's a long film, and it's like if this was like an hour 45 French Kiss, it would be perfect. But apparently, the studio forced the husband subplot into the movie because apparently the studio's like a female can't carry this movie solo, and I'm like, y'all are whack because the lead actress is fantastic in this, and she absolutely carries it. And it's another thing of like studios just let the filmmaker make the film they want. Like, yeah, sometimes the director doesn't make the right call. That happens, and sometimes the studio doesn't make the right call. That happens, but I'd much rather see the director's vision than see a film that is chopped and screwed to fit what the studio wanted and not what the director wanted. But I don't care. Silent Hill is a really great movie. I will scream it till the day I die. I I enjoy this. I think it gets too much hate for the most part. It deserves more love because of course people go, "Oh, it's not a lot like the games," and I'm like, rewatch it. It's more like the games than you realize. But Silent Hill, is it good? No, it's great. So, like always, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching.